I've got a weird one for you today. Today I've come to West Dorset and I'm going to be walking two ancient Holloways. One's called Shute's Lane and the other, more ominously, is called Hell Lane. And we're also going to be taking in Colmer's Hill, which has links with fairy folklore. Such beautiful countryside out here in West Dorset. I'm not far from the town of Bridport. So this is Shute's Lane that I'm on at the moment, and it's one of the two Holloways that we're going to be looking at today. So as you can probably see, at the top here, this is the bank. So this is where the track would have been once upon a time. Would have been at this height all the way across. But over time, horses, cattle, people, the wheels of carts, and of course the rain have kind of chiseled out this Holloway. Think of the amount of people and animals that have trod this track, and now I am too. Well, we are. So the name Holloway is basically, it comes from an Old English or Saxon word, holloweg or holloweg, which translates to sunken road. Seems to be an abundance of ferns growing here. Damp and shady. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Look at these tree roots. So you can see here people have been carving things into the soft sandstone, which is what is under the soil here. Look at this. Oh, and there's so much more to come. We're just on the cusp of it. So you can see so clearly here the soft sandstone that lines this path. So it gets eroded by feet, wheels, animals, over the years, and of course the rain flushes it all away. absolutely love it here. This is just so cool. Such a kind of otherworldly vibe to it. It's just incredible.
It's believed these Holloways were originally carved out by the feet and hooves of drovers moving their livestock across country from farm to market.
And it's believed that Hell Lane, which we'll get to soon, was used by smugglers. We're not that far from the coast.
In addition to this, the church and other buildings in Simonsbury were built with stone from the nearby quarry. Carts carrying heavy loads down these paths have deepened the tracks over time.
So I'm pretty sure we're now heading towards Hell Lane. I literally feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings or something. I'm a hobbit. Okay, so if you do walk this, I do recommend boots or wellies, some kind of sturdy footwear. And the reason it's believed it's called Hell Lane is because it's difficult to navigate. At least that's what I think the locals believe. It's a little treacherous and it gets very wet at the bottom. So how far down here I'm going to be able to go, I don't know. Regardless, I will have to turn around at some point and head back up towards Colmer Hill. I'm not sure I'm going to go that far, to be honest. It's giving slippy, slidey. I mean, it's a perfect example of the way the water runs down the Holloway. I really don't want to. Don't want to go sliding. Okay. In the interest of health and safety, I'm not going to go much further down there. It does look incredibly difficult to navigate. We've had a lot of rainfall over the last few days. The last 2 days have been glorious, so that's why I thought it was certainly worth a shot. But I don't want to get into any situations that I can't get out of. So back we go. Now, unfortunately, I haven't actually found any ghost stories here. Does not mean, of course, that it's not haunted. I mean, who's going to come down here at night, to be fair, to come looking? So now we're going to climb Colmer's Hill.
Colmer's Hill has to be one of the most iconic sights in Dorset. This pine tree topped 417 foot high hill has been a favourite of photographers and painters alike. Colmer's Hill is often referred to as the Watchman of West Dorset due to the incredible views it offers in all directions. Although originally named Colmer's Tenement, the hill was renamed in the 1800s after vicar and new tenant Reverend John Colmer. The hill and surrounding lands then moved to the ownership of the Colfox family, who also own Simmonsbury Estate today. In World War II, John Sprake, who was a woodsman to the Colfox family, planted many Caledonian pines in memoriam to local men who were lost to the war.
So I made it to the top of Colmer's Hill, 417 feet high, stunning views in all directions. It's completely worth it. So let's talk about the fairies here as well. The fairy lore associated with Colmer's Hill. It is said that fairy music can often be heard playing from this hill. In fact, in 1939, a group of school children were here having a school trip, and they reported hearing this magical music. And of course, fairy lore can be quite dark, and we've actually got a story here of a girl that was mesmerised and entranced by the fairy music up here on Colmer's Hill, and she danced and danced for hours to this music until she became exhausted and died as a result of this. So many butterflies up here. End of October. Beautiful. And it's also said that there may be a plague pit under Colmer's Hill. Again, I'm not sure how historically correct that is, but it's a bit of local folklore. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this fascinating walk. I absolutely loved Shute's Lane, what we could see of Hell Lane, and of course Colmer's Hill, just majestic, all of it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do consider doing so. It's always appreciated, and I'll see you all again on the next Wyrd walk. There's this really loud buzzing sound, like bees or flies.